Hey, it's been a while. Sorry for not posting for quite a bit. I've been busy with work, and then I got sick, and then I went home, and then I played Pokemon, and then I forgot to record stuff, and then I went back to work. I've been kind of busy. So, you may be wondering what the Chronicles of Cardfight thing is standing right behind me. Um, So I've been playing Vanguard with a lot of people. I've played since very early. A friend of mine got me in back when Blaster Blade was a CB2 and Draconic Overlord could attack until it stopped hitting things. Fun times. So, uh, talking to someone, they said they got into Vanguard around D series and they wanted to experience playing older format. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. So, much like how Yu-Gi-Oh has a progression series, I thought, I guess, a wonderful way to help players kind of enjoy the process of starting at the very beginning and moving forward, we would make a Chronicles series. So, how Chronicles work? Let me give a quick explanation. So, Cardfight Vanguard has gone through many changes over the years. We've had new clans, new game mechanics, a lot of stuff has been happening in this game. So, if you've ever wanted to, try playing an older format, why not try now? Hold on, my head's blocking the way. Let me move aside. There we go. Yeah, so why not try a new format? Hold on. Wait for it. There we go. Why not try something new? So let's kind of go over it in the Chronicles of Vanguard challenge. So here are the rules. You start at the very first set for Vanguard. So the King of Knights set, that BT01, that's the first set you start at. All cards from that set, as well as trial decks, can be used. You have access to all those cards. Early Vanguard had a very fun problem of a lot of cool decks, not a lot of cards for those decks. So back in the early days, you could mesh different clans together, but the rule was your trigger had to be the same type as your Vanguard for it to proc. With the Chronicles of Vanguard series, you don't have to follow that if you don't want to. If you want the full experience, give it a shot. If you just want to try playing a very old format, you can ignore that. Um, you don't really get anything if you win. The only thing you get to do is get your first pick at a deck that happens in a later on set. So let's say you really want to play Pale Moon, and the guy you're playing with also wants to play Pale Moon. If you guys don't want to do a mirror match, then you get first pick if you win. If not, go for it. For the Chronicles of Cardfight, every card from all the previous sets you're at are available. So let's say you finish BT1, BT2, and BT3. That means every card from BT1, 2, and 3 up to BT4, because that's where you are available to you. So let's say you wanted to mix Royal Paladin cards from BT4 and BT1. You can. Let's say you wanted to mix Nova Grappler cards from the trial deck and the BTO, I believe it was BTO4 or BTO5. You can. Trial deck rules to kind of not make someone have an overpowered trial deck at the start. Each era has early trial decks that are allowed to be used by both players, and as you play throughout the Chronicle, more trial decks become available to you. There's a little slideshow at the very end I will show for what cards appear where, and you can use that when you're playing with your friend or with your friends. So the best way to break up Vanguard is to break it up into several different eras. You have early era, which is Pretty much just early Vanguard. Everything had a high cost, didn't really do much. You enter Limit Break, where the Limit Break skills were introduced. That's Limit Break era. It's also the start of a few more clans that we get. After Limit Break, we go into Legion era. Legion era featured the skill called Legioning, where you would seek a mate or a card that had a specific name that your Vanguard required, and you get 2 Vanguards. Shenanigans will involve later. Then you have G era, which was Strides. After G ended, we went on to V, and then D. So it's easy to break it up by era and what mechanics were used at the time. So for trial decks, we kind of want to keep it very, very early. So when you start, you have access to the first 4 trial decks in Vanguard, which were Royal Paladin, Kagero, Oracle Think Tank, and Nova Grappler. Be warned, you are paying a lot of CB for very little, but it's very fun. Once you enter into Limit Break, you get 3 more trial decks, and as you progress through it naturally, more trial decks will show up for you to use. More on that later, you'll see later on. Trial decks for V era kind of follow the exact same thing, except V, the game became more sped up. It was very easy to, beat someone into the ground. Very easy to beat someone into the ground. So first, for the V era rules, the first 4 trial decks, which were Royal Paladin, Kagero, Shadow Paladin, and Aquaforce, those will be available at the start of V. Now you may be wondering, why is Shadow Paladin available at the very start, and why is Aquaforce available at the very start? We'll get to that. But to make it make a lot more sense very quickly, the very next set was Shadow Paladin, and there was a extra booster that featured Aquaforce. And around the time, a lot of people really like those clans, and they wish they could just play them at the very beginning. So now you get to play Shadow Paladins out the gate. I mean, you're still, when you enter V era, you'll still be on the very first set of V era. Unfortunately, cards from G and early don't really work when you enter V. So after G era, your deck is completely finished. You now play with the V era cards. So when you enter set 1, cool, you have access to Shadow Paladins. There are no Shadow Paladins yet. But if you really want to play Blaster Dark, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. Again, more trial decks will appear as you enter and continue through the Chronicle. So, yeah, have fun with it. D era. Because D era is the most recent, it pretty much just kind of follows the release schedule for start decks. So, you know, at the beginning, you got the first 5 with Nirvana, Prison, Bastion, Bruce, the Cat. No energy. You won't get energy until Divines, so don't worry about that. For the Chronicle series, you will be building your deck based off of the rules at that time, which means back in early Vanguard, because there wasn't a lot of stuff, you get to mix your deck. But around Limit Break, you'll no longer be able to mix your clans, so have fun while you can. When you enter D series, your deck will start off at 46 cards. When you enter DZ, or Divines, you get a 50 card deck. So let's look at some of the extra boosters now. There are a lot of extra boosters and collaboration decks and cards that were featured in Vanguard. So I'm gonna do my best to break it down and not start dancing. So Cardfight Vanguard has many extra boosters. Most of these support just one clan or a collaboration. Around middle of G or somewhere after the first few sets, you start getting clan boosters, which are just supporting one thing, or um, clan boosters that support 3 clans. So to make extra boosters a little bit less weird, we're going to have them come out with certain... When you reach certain parts of the main booster set, you'll also have access to the extra boosters at that time as well. So if you really want to play Spike Brothers, but the Spike Brothers extra booster didn't drop for about 8 months after the first set dropped, don't worry about that. You get that extra booster and that set 1 at the same time. So you don't got to worry about that. If you are interested in using collaboration cards, go for it. It really depends on the people you are playing with. If you want to have them included in your Chronicle, have at it. A lot of the collaborations start in G, so you can kind of hop in with the G trial deck, with the Token Rambu trial deck and box set. You can find all the old sets as well as any boxes or trial deck information on the Cardfight Vanguard website. If you go to card list, let me see if I can click over real quick. Yeah, if you go here, if you go to card list on the Cardfight Vanguard website, and you go down to booster packs, you can see when all the booster packs were released. You can also see constructed decks when trial decks were released. Others feature special deck set and other things like Fighters Collection and other stuff. So if you want to add to your Chronicle, go for it. The website is here. Thank goodness for Bushiroad having this website. It made my job a lot easier. So extra booster rules in G are a lot of things support only one thing. So you'll see towards the end, there's a little guide for what comes out when you're at wet spot. Same thing for V. Though the joke is V only had 1 collaboration and a bunch of extra boosters. So you'll see at the very end. Collaborations. If you really want to do this, you can have them any time you want. I know some people want to do like an end of series collaboration fight, so go for it. Personally, I like Token Rambo, so I don't want to miss that. There was something I did want to mention. Extra boosters in V. Now, V ended with a Gavriel set. Well, technically, no. It ended with a Bermuda Triangle set. That was really, really good. If you want to use that set, you can. It is an extra booster, so it will be included with where you are at the time of the Chronicle. But in the middle of early D, we got V clan selection. So rather than having you go back to V when you're in the middle of D, at the end of the V section, you get access to all the clan selection boxes at once. So if you want to have a few games of those, go ham, go wild, it's fun. So here is the set guide early on. So you start at BTO 1, and immediately you get trial decks 1 through 4. Great. BTO 2, nothing. You get the set. There are no extra boosters. BTO 3, same thing. BTO 4, you get access to extra booster 1 and extra booster 2. Good news and bad news. Good news, the extra boosters give you a lot of cool cards. Extra booster 2 introduces Bermuda Triangle, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I think a lot of people will like that. But extra booster 1 is how do I put this? You get 4 cards for Murakumo. There are no other Murakumo cards until we enter Limit Break, so have fun with 4 cards you can't really use. BT5 is towards the end of early, and then we enter into Limit Break. Ooh boy. Limit Break set 1 is BTO 6. You get trial decks 5, 6, and 7. That's Gold Paladin, that's Aqua Force, that's Narukami. You may be asking yourself, why do we get Aquaforce so soon? It doesn't come out until later. It's about 2 sets away. If you want to play with it, go for it. The rules for Chronicles of Cardfight are very, very easy. Essentially, you just do 1 or 2 games and you move right on. If you want to keep playing at that area, go for it. But if you want to move on, just move on. You don't have to rush through it. You don't have to rush through the Chronicle. It's just a little challenge for you to enjoy just playing early Vanguard. Just take your time. You don't have to speed through it. When you enter the Limit Break Set 7, you do get a special trial deck. This is Rise to Royalty. This is a Royal Paladin trial deck. In my opinion, I think it's pretty cool. Will you like it? Maybe. Will you be shocked to find out you don't get any Royal Paladin support for quite a bit? Absolutely. Extra boosters feature quite a bit, actually. You get Extra Booster 3 to Extra Booster 6 when you enter BTO8. Around BTO8, BTO7 is kind of the big fights of the first Limit Break era. You're going to go ahead and see some pretty cool cards. So having Extra Booster 3 to 6 allows you to, if you really like Nova Grappler, you really like a nation, you're just like, I want to stick to this one. I don't really want to branch out. And there you go. You got all your cards for it. Go nuts. BT09 features the end of the first part of Limit Break. BT10 enters the second half. And if you know about the second half, oh boy, get ready for Link Joker. So BT10 features Break Ride. You get 4 new trial decks also. Maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 new trial decks. Have fun with those. You can find them on the Cardfight Vanguard website also if you ever get stumped. The codes here, the TD08, the EB03, the MT01, these are their codes for that deck or that set. So if you were to go over here and you go under constructed decks, you can actually find it by the name. Like if you look here, it says DSS07. So you can look for your deck very easily if you get stumped or lost. Limit Break 2, BT11, nothing much. 12, nothing much. 13, we get more extra boosters. 14 is blank, 15 is blank. And then we enter Legion and the start of G. Legion is very short. I'm going to put this in a very nice way. Legion is very short. It's only 2 sets, BT16, BT17. It is very short. So have fun with it. It's exciting. If you like Shadow Paladins, you're going to love what happens to them here. If you're a fan of Royals, you're going to like how they play now. If you like Nova Grappler, if you like giant robots, oh boy. Cat Butler is all I'm going to say. Just find that card as soon as possible and just hold on to it. You're going to really like the card Cat Butler, trust me. You're going to really like that card. In Legion. Specifically in Legion, you're going to like Cat Butler. And we enter G-Era. G-Era features quite a bit. Now, if you look under GBT01, in the trial deck section, you do have Special Deck 01. Special Deck 01 is just another Gear Chronicle deck. That's all I can say. It's not crazy. It's not busted. It's just spare Gear Chronicle parts. If you really wanted to like play around with some, you can. I mean, it's neat. It's okay. It's not crazy. But you do get Fighters Collection, and looking at Fighters Collections in Vanguard was a mess. Was an actual mess. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the Fighters Collections and where they are posted in the guide are for better or for worse. In a place where people will take notice. If you disagree where any of them are placed, just don't worry about it. You can skip it. You can put it somewhere else. It's just a rough guide. G booster number 2 features trial deck number 4, which is Aquaforce. When you enter G era, everything G era and previous is available to you. You'll be shocked how often you don't really need to stride. That's really all I can say about it. Yeah, you'll get Link Joker around GBT03, and you'll also get your first legend deck, the Dark Suzugamori, Ren Suzugamori. Now, that deck is crazy fun. Please, if you get the chance while you're here in the G era, go ahead and play it. Go ahead and play it. Build it any way you want. Go nuts. Great deck. 10 out of 10 would recommend. You got more extra boosters. G had a lot of extra boosters because not every clan could be in every main booster. So do not be shocked when you see 3 extra boosters in one area and they're all doing different things. Over here on GBT04, we have 3 more extra boosters. You also have the next legend deck, Toshiki Kai. It's pretty fun. Enjoy, it's pretty fun. You get 3 more trial decks in GBT05. 2 Fighters Collections happened also around GBT05. Fighters Collection Winter and then normal Fighters Collection. Enjoy those 2 things. This is all on the Vanguard website. Just go under products. You will find the codes. You will find the box. There's a lot of stuff in there. Is it good? Does it make funny shenanigans? G has quite a bit. You will get multiple trial decks as you journey through G. And around GBT14 is when G series ends. So this is the last set. A lot of you, if you are an old Vanguard player, know this set was kind of cracked. If you are a new player, I'm not going to spoil anything. Have fun. Then you enter V. The moment you enter V, all of your old Vanguard cards from G and earlier, unfortunately, you cannot use. Big shame. So please use something else. Give it a shot. You got a lot of stuff. A lot of the extra boosters will come out alongside the main boosters. So for example, EB01, EB02, those were Aquaforce, Dimension Police, Grand Blue, Tachikaze, Spike Brothers, and I believe Mega Colony. They all came out at different times. It was kind of weird. So we're just gonna, have them all together. So you don't feel left out waiting for your thing for forever. But it also allows you to, play around, try different decks out. Go for it. You won't feel the power creep because it's all happening at once. I mean, you'll feel it later. You're gonna feel it later. As you move on through V, you'll start getting more extra boosters, more trial decks. It's pretty fun. Towards the end of V, something interesting happens. The last V set was a Bermuda Triangle set. You'd be surprised how many people I have talked to who like Bermuda Triangle, and you'd also be surprised how many people dislike Bermuda Triangle. So if you want to end with it, go for it. If you don't want to end with it, you have V Clan Selection Volumes 1 through 6, as well as V Clan Selection Plus Volumes 1 and 2. I don't know why they made it like that. Why not just make it 1 through 8? I don't know. Start of D series, you get the D series trial decks, and then from there it just kind of follows the normal pattern of release date. If you ever get lost or confused, you can look at the website. I will also attach this PowerPoint guide to the YouTube link, so if you ever want to look back at it for yourself, go for it. Have fun. D era was pretty fun. in my opinion, I think the best eras that I enjoyed for Vanguard have to be Limit Break and D series. Early D was very fun. So please enjoy. Oh, that's right. Before I forget, if you see optional, that means it's a stride deck. There are people who find stride decks unfair, and others who say stride decks are amazing, wonderful candy, and everybody who dislikes them needs to leave the room. So it's optional. If you and your friends want to do it, go for it. It's just around the time you reach that set. If you don't want to do it, you just skip it. It's not a problem. You can also skip the extra boosters if you really don't want them. More stuff, more optional stride decks. And then we reach to current. So, I hope you like this guide. Me and some friends are going to try this challenge, the Chronicles of Cardfight challenge, later on this week, either Saturday Japanese time, Saturday morning Japanese time, Friday night Western time. I think America. I think it's Central. I'm not sure. I got to figure out my time periods again. Look, I went on vacation. I came back. I'm discombobulated. But if you want to try this for yourself, please enjoy the little PowerPoint guide and have fun with it. If you want to watch me and some friends do it, we will be doing it starting hopefully this week. You can watch it on my channel. We'll be streaming it, and it's going to be left there. If you want to watch it on my friend's channel, he has to figure that out later. Other than that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you give it a shot. It's really fun to look back at older times and just try playing cards from those era. If anything, if you are new to Vanguard, I really, really encourage you to try this from the beginning, so you can just experience the joy of getting your best cards out, hitting that miracle crit or that miracle heal, and then slowly getting to V series where you really understand that Dragonic Overlord the Cross has a crit because it's on a Force 2 and can attack you about 3 times without losing drive checks. And they played Ducat, so now you can't guard unless you drop 2 or more cards at a time. And that thing's sitting at 48k, and you just kind of look and go, why am I playing this game? Have fun. See you in the future.